G'day everyone, Scott here from One Green Thumb Gardening in Toowoomba. Today I just want to show you a quick video on what you need to do if you're deciding to install turf on your own. So first of all, you need to make sure that your area that is prepped has a decent quality underlay soil. So we've used turf starter underneath, which is full of cow manure, and it's a coarser sand, so better penetration for the roots and moisture. You want at least an inch to 40 mil thick. Then you want to make sure that you have the right grass for the right area. So here we've got lots of shade. So we're going Zoysia over Buffalo because I prefer the finer leaf over Buffalo. It's also got great shade tolerance. I prefer it. It's a much nicer grass than Buffalo, personal opinion. Then you want to make sure that your turf supplier supplies it so that you end up getting a good base on the bottom with lots of rhizomes coming through and also lots of roots that come through. Can't quite see them, hopefully. All these little roots that you want. So yeah, you want that nice thick, at least a centimetre base. So this is Joe's turf from down in Gatton. You will get some dodgy ones like this. That's just part of all turf suppliers. So generally what you need to do is allow for at least 10% waste. With Joe's turf, I only have to allow for 5%, and also all the corners and stuff that you need to cut around. Then when you lay it, you want to use like a herringbone pattern where the joins don't quite join up. Sort of, so we've only got a small crisscross so that we're limiting the amount of waste on that side. So if you have them all lined up in a straight line, then water can come through and create channels in them. Then when you drop your turf... Yes.
Did you break the tip off?
Yes.
Did you find it?
Yes, it's in the bin. Alright, so when we're putting your turf up against another piece, you need to slide him up and then pull him up and to join him in.
Can you show on the other side? I'm just seeing your shadow and I can't see the seam.
And you should always install your turf grass side, because if you put your feet in here, then you create massive divots. Can you come around the other side, Tara?
Yep.
So when you pull your turf up, make sure you've butted it in. And then what you want to do is just raise your edges so that they marry in together. And try and keep as straight an edge as you can, otherwise by the time you get to the end, they're all over the place.
And if you do need an off-cut section, like ours doesn't line up perfectly to the garden edge here, so that's where we've decided to do our cut edge, because it's going to be in the shade, so less likely to dry out, because the smaller pieces dry out quicker than the bigger pieces. But if it is in full sun and you do have to cut a piece, try not to cut small pieces like that. What you try to do is actually get two bigger pieces, and sort of cut them in half so you got two big pieces. That's what I do anyways.
And always have your cuts in the middle of your turf, not on the edges, because they always dry out faster on the edge. Generally we'll try and put small pieces, so you'd have that run across with your smaller bit in the middle. That's more protected.
Yes, the smaller bits, yeah. And that's why sometimes it's helpful to get sand after, if you're laying in the hot season, and just protect the edges with a bit of soil around edges. And even we'll put sand in the seams here, and it prevents weed seeds from coming up and moisture loss. All right, I'll leave you a little camera. I'm going to go get another.
That's it. What other tips have you got? And then make sure that you give it a good water in afterwards. If the soil is really hot, so for example, like it's not too bad, we're only at 10 o'clock in the day, but if you're trying to lay turf in the middle of the day, that soil's going to get really hot. So sometimes I suggest just watering it all first to cool down the soil before you drop your turf on. And burn their little roots. Make sure you have your soaker hoses set up, and the most crucial part is watering at 10 o'clock in the morning and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Short waters, because your turf is only a centimetre thick, like grass root wise. So you've got, say, 25 mil of turf, but you've only got 10 mils of roots. So there's no point putting a soaker hoser on for 2 hours in the morning, because all you're doing is just watering the subsoil. And by afternoon, that'll be as dry as crispy as hell, and you'll be wondering what the hell's going on. So we're going to set all the soaker hoses up to water twice a day, every day, for the first 2 weeks. On Zoysia, it is a bit slower, so it may even need 3 weeks. On Cooch, you can get away with probably even 10 days on every day, short waters, 5 minutes, depending. 5 to 10 minutes per water, depends how much you soaker hose. As long as your turf is nice and moist, then you're good to roll. And you should have a good, successful turf installation. Thanks for watching One Green Thumb Gardening, and you have a beautiful day. See ya.